The idea behind finding the length of a line segment really is Pythagoras' theorem. Let's see. If I were to draw a quick XY grid here, very quickly, and let's say I were to have, or we had a line segment between 2 points A and B. The thing to realize here is that if we look at the horizontal distance between points A and B, which I'm drawing right now, as well as the vertical distance between A and B, what we've just made here is a right angled triangle. So, if I now on the same graph were to label the sides, and let's say I call this side length C, I'll call this side length A, and I'll call this one B, then Pythagoras' theorem, which we all know, tells us that C squared is equal to A squared plus B squared. This then leads us to the fact that C will be equal to the square root of A squared plus B squared. That's Pythagoras' theorem. Now, if I draw another one of these diagrams, still with a quick XY grid here, and I'll draw another segment with two endpoints, and I'll call that A and B again. The trick is to realize that this distance here, the horizontal step, and the vertical step here are both given by two quite simple formula. If I look at the coordinates of A and the coordinates of B, what we'll do here is that we'll say that A has coordinates x1, y1, and B has coordinates x2, y2. Then the vertical step, which I'm pointing towards right now, is going to be equal to the difference in the two y coordinates. In other words, that's y2 minus y1. And the horizontal step will be equal to the difference between the two x coordinates, which will be equal to x2 minus x1. And so, using what we saw before with Pythagoras' theorem, we can now rewrite our formula in the following way. If I write the length of the line segment AB squared, that would be equal to the horizontal step, so x2 minus x1 squared, plus the vertical step, so y2 minus y1 squared. This leads us to our formula, which is AB is equal to the square root of all that, so x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared, and I take the square root of all that. That is the formula for calculating the length of a line segment. And remember, where it comes from is Pythagoras' theorem, which states, given a right angled triangle, that the hypotenuse squared is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides. That's C squared equals to A squared plus B squared. Both of these formula are saying exactly the same thing. And there you go.